first. I think we can get you all in here.
Battery. Battery.
How are we doing, Si?
Everyone's
How
in
many
here?
left?
Everyone's in? Not yet?
Is this where all the are collected?
Yes. Okay. You see one gray line running up over that way, and a second one up there.
Scoot back, people, or if there's no room.
Come on in, everyone.
You should be able to get that.
Come on in.
Kasi makurintihan ka daraan. No. Malitson ka.
Mamatay ka.
I did. I'm standing here shaking.
Oh, yo.
Anyway, you can see this cable coming down. One of those runs out to the building way over there that has the panels. And this one runs to the one in the middle to one set of panels. And this wire tubing runs to the second on this building, okay? That is producing the DC electricity. It comes down and flows to the controller. This protects the batteries from overcharging and protects them from losing the electricity back out to the panels at night. Okay, all the electricity I generate from the solar panels goes into this battery pack. No, these are deep cycle. A car battery needs a lot of electricity instantly to turn the motor over. These can take a very deep charge, a lot of electricity, and release it slowly. So it's a different kind of battery that you need. And it's common in golf carts, in outboard motors, and things like that. I've got to watch the voltage in these batteries because they're lead acid batteries and the lead accumulates on one of the posts. And so every so often I've got to go from 52 volts and run it up to 56 volts for about 2 or 3 hours. That drives the chemicals that have accumulated on one of the posts off the post. And that's called equalizing the batteries. That has to be done about 4 times a year. You can get it automated so that the system just turns on a switch in effect and does it. I also have to check water levels to maintain water in here. And I've got it isolated out here because when you're producing electricity, you can get some hydrogen release because it'll split the water into oxygen and hydrogen. The hydrogen could accumulate and be explosive.
Yeah.
And so that's why I have it in a well-ventilated area. Otherwise, I'd have to have a pipe running from these and back out. This will give us enough electricity to run our house 8 hours if the grid goes down, if the electrical service from the utility stops. I could expand the battery pack for more hours, but I just chose to do it this size. After the power comes back up and moves into these are called inverters. They take the DC power, direct current, convert it to alternating power, and matches what I'm getting from this box from the utility, Commonwealth Edison. It has to be on the same 60 cycle that they have. All right? And so then now I can feed this electricity to my house and it will meet my house needs, 60% of it. When I'm producing too much for our house, too much for my batteries, it actually flows back out to the utility. They call that net metering, and they essentially give me the same price that they charge me for my electricity. The utilities aren't too happy about that, and they're sort of fighting back right now. But that's the system that's in place. And after we did all of this, that wind generator came on sale. And as I told you, I don't like to climb that much anymore. But it was a big bargain. And so their prices were going to go up $1,000. That unit cost us $5,000, and they were going to go up $1,000. So I said, you know, if I buy it and I never use it, I know I could sell it for close to what I paid for it. When we put it in, this is a 48 volt system that gets transferred up to 120 volts. My battery system is a 48 volt system. The wind generator was only 24 volts. So I had a problem. How am I going to get the batteries to accept 24 volt power when it's a 48 volt battery system? So we were playing, friends and I, we said, oh, let's try. We'll charge half of the battery one day and the other half of the battery set the next day. That didn't work. Then we decided to put in a relay that would automatically switch between the two sets of batteries. It took 1 minute for it to just go up in smoke.
Oh,
So then we bought a step-up transformer. So it takes the 48 volt, 24 volt, and turns it up to 48, and we can put in the battery. Now, each time you put one of these devices in, you lose efficiency. All right, so that means you're wasting some of the electricity is turning into heat when you do that. So it's not as efficient as it could be. The other thing, a lightning strike can either hit the power line and come into your house, or it can hit the panels and move down through the panels. And we lost one inverter in the last 10 years to a lightning strike. So we put a lot more of these on. See these little coils here? They are to accept that extra power that comes, and it protects the equipment. So we haven't had that problem since. In places that are real rocky, they actually will put almost like an umbrella above the solar system. Just a whole bunch of wires like a TV antenna. So that becomes the place where the lightning strikes rather than the panels. Now, this is ground. There's a ground running here that is supposed to take that electricity and move it away from the system and send it down into the ground. But there's a rocky layer, real shallow here, and we've got a lot of sand. So what we were told to do was put a whole bunch of new soil in place and put a copper mat under it, so the grounding unit is bigger than just a little rod, and put a rod on each side of the mat, and then plant flowers on top of it. Now, why would I plant flowers on top of it?
Beautification. Your wife's.
That's right, it's got something to do with my wife.
Good answer.
What I was told was that when the flowers begin to wilt, it means they need water. And for an electric ground to work, you need to keep the ground moist, because if it isn't moist, the electricity won't flow to it. Yeah, so that was a very good answer. I think, Miles, you better watch out. All the ladies are gonna be very interested in you because you know how to please.
Please her mother.
I think the class already knows.
Any questions about this? Okay. These keep dropping in price too. They used to cost $1 a watt, and now they're down to about 25 cents.